All right.
Hello?
Hey, Jan, how
Hey,
are you?
good. How are you?
Good. Oh, I was just doing a post here and I hit something wrong. Okay, got it. All right. I think Peg said she'd be a couple minutes late, so
Okay.
we can get started without her.
Sure.
And DC, I know she messaged me this afternoon and said I tried to call Jan, but I had something come up and I can't make it. And I said,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay."
Yeah.
So I figured you would get the message eventually.
Yeah. She did. She messaged me.
um, So I wasn't too worried. I thought, well, I'll leave it up. I know if there's three of us, we're usually fine. So I'm
Yeah.
sure Peg will join us here shortly. So how are you, Jan?
Good. I had a really, really big day today, just back to back from the moment I got
Oh,
up. So it's been one of those kind of days. I know that you do those days almost every day. And
no, I've tried to cut back on those kind of days.
really good. That's
Yeah,
good because it's intense. I mean, that's how I
it,
used to live. I totally
yeah,
lived that way most of my life, but so that was normal. But anyway, I did that today, but I enjoyed it. Too.
yeah,
Just had a lot to do, cramming a lot of stuff in today.
yeah. Well, I had bowls before this, of course, and
Yeah.
tomorrow I'm actually taking my show on the road. I started going to a new doctor that
Hmm.
does functional medicine rather than your
Yeah.
typical medical doctor.
Hmm.
And it's more, longer appointment times, more looking at your overall hormones and all kinds of stuff, just see what's going on with you. Because I'm just not a big person. I'm just being medicated.
Yeah. Yeah.
So um, I really enjoy her, but her place is called Wellness Centered, and it's all about wellness. Obviously, they offer more
Uh-huh.
than just health service. I mean, they have health services, but they do the IV infusions, like you can get like B12 boost and all that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
different immune IVs and things
Hmm.
that are healthy for you, which is a neat thing. They
Yeah.
also have massage and facials and
Oh,
red light
nice.
therapy and all kinds of stuff, all
Oh
kinds
my
of like
God.
other health things. Your
Hmm.
what do I want to say? Holistic type medicine and care, right?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Um,
That's going to be so fun for you.
Yeah, I love it. I've been going about 6 months, and
Oh
but
yeah.
she so last month at my appointment, she says, "Liz, do you ever do your bowls anywhere else?" And I said, "Oh yeah, all the time." And she said, "I'd like to do something for my staff." So tomorrow night I'm going there at 5 o'clock when her business closes, and her staff will all be able to stay and have a nice singing bowl meditation that
Oh
she's
my
uh,
God.
set up for them. Yeah.
It's fantastic. Wow.
Yeah. So I'm excited to be doing that stuff again. It's been a little while
Yeah.
since I've been branching out more. We've had some things happening in life. So I've tried to keep it a
Yeah.
little calm.
Right. Exactly.
um, I see Peg is
That's
here.
nice.
Hi,
Hi,
Peg.
Peg.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
Good. Is it
Great.
starting to warm up in your neck of the woods?
Yeah, finally. It was in the 60s today, so it was a heat wave.
Yeah,
Wow.
here too. But we're getting rain now.
Yeah,
But the
yeah, we are
day was
too.
beautiful.
It was
The
nice.
day, yeah. It's been fairly nice for us, the past week. It's, a little chillier at night. It has been,
Yeah.
but not recently. And I think we're supposed to get rain each day this week, but
Mm.
not all day, just a little bit. So that
Yeah.
doesn't make it so bad. So it's nice that spring has finally sprung.
Mm.
Um, well, we were saying how DC had something come up, and she's not able to be on with us this evening, and that just Jan had a busy day, and I
Yep.
was excited because tomorrow I'm doing a singing bowl meditation for my doctor's staff at her
Oh,
office.
wow. That's great.
Yeah, so that's exciting because I haven't really been doing too many things with all the life stuff happening.
Mm.
But so this will be nice to do something like that. So it's nice that warm weather's here. I've been out in my flower beds on days when I have time, just trying to clean up a little, and all the new things are starting to come in, and it's nice. It's exciting to have all that happen.
Oh yeah.
And we're in the midst of some big planetary shifts here. I won't go into them too crazy tonight, but I was reading a little bit last night. Of course, we had that big full moon over the weekend, but where Pluto is about to station in the next sign that it's going into, which of course I don't remember. But Pluto's the furthest planet, right, from the sun, so it takes the longest to move through the astrological calendar. And so when it stations in this new sign, it'll be there for like the next, I think it's 48 years. So we're about to settle into a time. But actually, a lot of it is what we have been sharing with people for the last, 6 years about, the consciousness shifting, right? The shift, the planetary shift of, fifth dimension shifting, and us, the world's starting to change and become more community oriented, right? Not so individualized like we have been. And we see it all the time. We can tell that the world is changing. Things are changing. So this is one of those times for great, wild shifting of energy and that kind of stuff. So be prepared, it says. Some of it will be heavy stuff because Neptune is kind of or I'm sorry, not Neptune, Pluto is a heavy planet, right? It goes into the dark side of things, the parts we don't want to always look at. So it's just says be mindful of that. As we make this shift here. So hello all of our callers we have on. I see Jan's doing a good job keeping up with everyone.
Well, trying to.
So I'll go ahead and introduce myself. I'm Liz Pfister. I'm the owner of River Maven Holistic Center in upstate New York. I'm a certified sound healer, tarot and oracle card reader, a Reiki practitioner, among other things. I like to dabble in all the spiritual and metaphysical things that the world has to offer and share them with others. So that is what I do best. And every Tuesday, you can join me on my Facebook page, which is at River Maven 77. And at 7 p.m. every Tuesday night, I live stream a 1 hour long singing bowl meditation for anyone to enjoy that would like to. And then we, of course, post the replay if you can't make it at that time. And I did pull a card this evening for the collective. I'm using Colette Baron-Reed's Guides of the Hidden Realms Oracle. And it's card number 30. It says, enough for now and always. And it says, you are enough, worthiness, faith and needs being met. So this actually kind of speaks to this planetary transition. I'll post a picture of the card on our Facebook page, but it's all blue card with like a face in it. It looks like it has some coral growing on it, a little fish swimming down, and the third eye illuminated, of course. And we're going into a a time that's much like the time of Atlantis, they say. And so the water lines up perfectly with what's happening. And water signifies going into the deep, right? Going into the dark, where we kind of feel isolated maybe, but it's not bad, right? It is good, positive stuff for us. Sometimes it's just heavy to make our way through it, but once we come out the other side, we're better. So don't be afraid. Just get through. So that's what I have to share.
That's
I
nice.
do have you're welcome. I do have a brass bowl with me here this evening. So let's take a couple deep breaths in through our nose, filling all the way up through our chest and our belly full of air, and then exhaling, just let it all go. And take another deep breath in through your nose as you kind of gather up all those thoughts chasing around in your head. And as you exhale, breathe them out. Let them know you'll get back to them in a while. And take one more deep breath in through your nose as you focus in on the sound. So a little bit different than pyramid we're used to.
I just want it to keep going, that's all.
I knew you were going to say that, Jan. But that's what I have for us this evening.
Thank you, Liz.
I don't know who wants to go next, but help yourself. You're welcome.
Shall I go, Peg, or?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So that was neat. That was a different type of sound, and I love that too. And I missed your bowls tonight because I was just doing, I was at doing something else. And but anyway, my sister-in-law Brenda Drake was going to come on in, and I wanted her to come on air and talk to us, but she said she may not, but she'd like to just come in and listen. But I don't see her, so she probably maybe didn't figure out how to get in or something, because she was planning on coming right in. Anyway, her name's Brenda. But anyway, she sent me a box of cards a while back, and so I'll just go ahead and pull one in honor of her. And I'm sure she wanted to come in, but she couldn't do it or something. But anyway, for with God, here it is. For with God, nothing will be unstoppable. And that's Luke 1:37. It's a biblical deck of cards. So that was nice. Thank you, Brenda, for that. Those are your cards. And I hope you still are able to get in. She's going to watch at 6:00. There's a big debate, which I wish I could watch, but that's okay. I'll hear about it. I love watching the debates. I know a lot of people don't like to watch the stuff, but I do. I like to watch them all. So anyway, but here
it is interesting.
It is interesting, and I am, as you know, a news freak. So today I didn't even listen to the news once, not even once today, which is highly unusual. So I'm a psychic medium, Jan Drake Bakke, and I'm on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and we're in the Sacred Embers group. That's where we are, and we're a bunch of us in there, a bunch of mediums, and there's a website over there that Lynn Bleasdale created for us, and it's www.sacredembersshow.wixsite.com, and it shows everything that we do, all the services we offer. So check it out, and it's a beautiful website. It's just beautiful. And our sister show is on Sunday, which is headed by Lynn Bleasdale, and the other ladies on the show are Tony Jorgensen and Linda Irwin. And it's a beautiful show. It's on Sunday, 12 noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, so don't miss it. And then our show is on Tuesday. So anyway, that's what that is. And then I'm just going to go over here. Oh, and just let you know that I do put my predictions up on my website, www.wefindourway.com. I don't have a lot up, but I have a few if you're interested. And then, so then I just go over to poems and I start reading off my poems, which I will. Shall I go ahead and just do that now, ladies? Or get them over with?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
He just
Yeah. And these are old ones because I just had to pick them out fast today. And this one's called More. More kindness, more laughter, more joy, more peace for here and now and ever after. More love, more good health, more creativity, more dancing, more wealth, more understanding, more compassion, more patience, more fashion, more trust, more forgiving, more pink in the black and white, more balanced living, more heartbeats, more breaths taken, more smiles, more friendships not forsaken. And that's that one. And this one goes the kiss when the universe winks. When the universe winks at me with stars so bright all night, and the moon is a sliver of delight, I send a kiss back, and the cosmos bursts a twinkle so full of light. And this is called the heart chakra. The heart chakra, it will rock you. Take good care of it. It is a powerful yet delicate. It is a love beat, passion it will meet. It has an emotional way, wishing you love, happiness, and everything good on its way. And that was actually a Valentine's Day poem. And this is called We Hold. Our hands hold each other's light so subtly, so powerfully. Take care of each hand. We hold genuinely as the connection multiplies in trust, strength, peace, and miracles. And this one's called Radiant Lord Rubies. Radiant Lord, like rubies and sapphires, shining so brilliantly, it never tires. Omnipresent Lord, inside and outside, we find never-ending love for body and mind. Grand God, tirelessly forgiving, forever compassionate, God gives miracles to the dead and the living. And then, let's see, let me see how many, there's just only a few more. God's divine artwork. Let the light shine from your soul and body. You are a masterpiece of God's divine artwork. You are a treasure. Let the light radiate out from your eyes, your smile, your heart. You are brilliant colors and design from God's eternal creation. You are beyond measure. And this one is called Love Wins, where time stops and flow begins, synchronicity abounds, and love wins. Yay! An infinite cup. We are star material. We are the vast universe. We are tiny drops of brilliance in an infinite cup. And it just keeps going on. And it says, breathe colors. Breathe in pink. Don't let your heart sink. Look up at the blue. God is smiling at you. Look afar. See the silver star. Look within where our breath will begin. Look above and see the dove. Breathe in gold. Let love have a hold. I breathe in the divine increase. I breathe out serenity and peace. And then we're almost done. Refresh our hearts with your rainbow of love, dear Lord. Let us see it, hear it, and feel it every day. We will never get bored. And then she said, and then she realized she was in a twilight zone because of how bizarre it was becoming. Not all of it, but some of it, enough to be half in and half out. And I'll tell you, I do feel that way part of the time, but not always, because I know that, as Liz says, we are moving into a higher dimensional realm. And I know that for some it may not feel that way, but it really is happening. It really is. And you'll notice it if you start to notice it, because it really is. And this is called Heavenly Nod. Prophetic messages are coming your way. Go past your circumstances. Believe in the goodness, the power of love, and a sound mind. Listen carefully. God will speak to you. Don't worry about all of the different views. Allow the heavenly nod. Remember to be kind. And the last one is, my sword, fire. My sword is for that no one will cross the line of evil to me or upon me or my loved ones, that I will never cross the line of evil to another or upon them. That protection is its greatest strength over me and over my loved ones and over whom all I meet and interact with. Its fire is bountiful and warm. It melts all negativity. That healing is its sovereign stance and purpose, that it may be touched by divine reverence and messages at all times, all the days of our lives. And that's that. Here it is.
Oh, very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Liz. Thank you.
beautiful, Jan. Thank you.
Thank you, Liz. Of course. Yes.
So I guess it's my turn.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Peg, and I'm an angelic life coach. And I'm on Facebook and LinkedIn, and I'm author of the book Living in the Heart Place with Your Angels, Daily Angelical Whispers throughout the year. And I'm in energy healing with several modalities. I'm a channeler of angels and ascended masters, a certified angel card reader. And let's see, and I've taught classes in the past about angel connection. I haven't done it recently, and also inspirational writing class or workshop, or whatever you call it. And my website is pegsangelicalwhispers.com. And I have today's message. Yeah, it's long, but I think it'll go smoothly. So for May 5th, may your joy radiate to all whom you meet today. Let the sunshine in your heart shine on all whom you meet. Know that your pure intention is to live your truth and integrity. May those who need it hear your truth and feel its clarity. We, your angels, are here to help you shine light in all that you do. Let this light be the beacon that helps you to heal and to move through your day in a way that is pleasing to you. Love is the answer. This you know. When you choose love, you know that the angels are near. Love is always present with your angels and your guardian angel who is always close to you. Many angel blessings to you today. And the journal exercise is, how can you show to the world the love and bright light that you always are? Think about it and journal about it. So that's what I have.
Oh, how nice. Thank you, Peg. Wow.
Thank you.
Beautiful, Peg. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Um,
Yeah.
well, I just we won't go into this, but my friend Renee, who's called in here quite a few times on our show, she just sent me a message and said if everyone could send good thoughts her way. They're at Syracuse Hospital right now with her son Jojo, who they told him it was. They diagnosed him with type 1 diabetes today.
Oh,
And her son is young, like 11, 12,
oh
maybe
no.
somewhere in there. Yeah. So I don't, I'm feeling like it's not what they're telling her it is. Um, but, uh, but just if we can think about her, and if anyone gets anything and wants to share it with me later,
Okay.
I will pass it on to her. Um, but yeah, it's always scary when your kids are sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you feel helpless as a parent, you know?
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing you can do. You just have to surrender. Yeah.
Aw.
Well, we have some of our calling fans here this evening. I see Aura Priest and Sherry are both on, or Christiana, aka Cherry. um, but Aura Priestess said he's ready for his spiritual cards this evening. So, are we ready, ladies, to start giving some readings?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Okay. All right, Aura, we're going to invite you on.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. How are you?
I'm doing blessed. How y'all doing?
Good. So, are you ready for some? Do you have a question this evening, or you just want to hear what the universe has to share with you?
Just want to hear what the universe has for me. I've been way more at peace, strapping the armor of God on every day, especially at my workplace. I got a coworker I've been taking up for because he's autistic, and my other friends have been making fun of him. And you know, it's in my heart. If I see somebody being weak like that, take up for them. And I had to bring it to my friend's attention. I said, look, everybody's born different. I said, why am I even your friend? I said, he's my friend. If you make fun of him, you make fun of me. Because I don't like to see nobody mistreat somebody like that. And I had to point out, I said, because he's different. Everybody's different their own way. I said, but if y'all gonna be judgmental, y'all don't even gotta talk to me. And you know, I'm very blessed. I'm very blessed to make a stand for the people that are being mistreated by the evil spirits, being that light. That's really what's been really going on. Just been meditating a lot more, taking a stand a lot more, and finding out. You find out a lot more about people's true nature when you get more insights in your spirituality. A lot of stuff's gonna be revealed to you about people, and that's really everything else. Just a blessing every day, making the most of it.
That's
Hello.
wonderful. Yeah, I love listening to what you're saying. It's just beautiful. And this is Jan, Aura, and you have angels all around you. I'm seeing all these, like they're like baby angels, and they're just so cute. They're just all around you, and you've got so many animals around you. My goodness, I don't know which one to go with because you've got several here.
Because
Um,
I gotta finish this part.
okay.
I tapped into my archangel Gabriel.
Mm-hmm.
I prayed to Maria Laveau for guidance, spiritual protection. I start off praying to my heavenly Father, and one thing I told my heavenly Father, I'm very blessed and grateful. You brought all these people to my heart. Now I did some research. It's all about spiritual protection against evil.
Mm-hmm.
And I had somebody at work try to tell me all this. I said, wait a minute, I'm spiritual, not religious. You don't want to talk to me no more because I'm helping you out and you think I'm being religious or shove it down your throat. I said, okay, cool. But next time you want somebody to pray for you, I'm not going to do that because you're sitting there and you're playing with somebody that's spiritual. It was put on my heart for me to help you. You're sitting there saying you need prayers. Now you don't want, I said, so I just blocked them. I deleted them out of my phone. I said, hey, I'm washing my hands of it. I'm I'm not gonna have somebody sit there one minute they need help, next minute they like try to use me like that. Huh. That's another thing that when you're spiritually awakened and you're in tune with your spirituality and you spend a lot more time meditating, even in your workplace, oh, if you listen loud enough, a lot of stuff will be brought up to your attention.
That's so true. I completely agree. I know it, and it's so unfair when people take advantage, it really is. And that's one of the hardest things, that's like a really hard thing for any of us to go through is that when people take us for granted or take advantage or just don't appreciate what we may be trying to do for them. And,
And,
and all that when we feel like we're being taken, and how are we going to deal with that? We don't want to get taken advantage of too, and we don't want to continue on with those people, but at the same time then there's always that other part where sometimes those people need us more than anything, and we might want to just pray for them anyway, but maybe not deal with them, you know what I mean, so that you don't get drained. Maybe
yeah,
not talk.
and
Yeah,
um,
go
you
ahead.
know, when I took my wife to Louisiana, showed her where I went to high school, where I was raised at, I was
Mm-hmm.
talking to my coworkers about that, and their first reaction was, "Did you tell them about the gospel?" I said, "Wait a minute. I shared something about Jesus. I'm not doing it for no personal approval. already got approval with God. See, and I had to bring up to her attention. That's where a lot of y'all so-called believers, y'all want us to just spread the gospel through like a show. Jesus already knows what I'm doing behind closed doors. I said, hello.
Keep going. Yeah.
I said, I don't need nobody's approval because the way I see it, I already got my blessing with the Father. And the only reason you came up and talked to me is because I wasn't here on my week vacation. You're trying to get information. I said I'm spiritual, and you can't come to somebody that's spiritual and try to pull a wool over their eyes. They already know more than what your human mind can stand. And I said, I'm not being mean. I'm just saying don't come up to me like that, like expectations. That's one reason I haven't said a whole lot to you because y'all religious believers, y'all want to put expectations on somebody, especially younger people. I said, I'm from Louisiana. I got a different way of thinking than what y'all Arkansas people think. I said, my Heavenly Father got me. If you're just gonna come up talk to me, other stuff like that, I don't need that. If you just can't come up and try to be nice, show the Christian love, if you're just gonna try to be judgmental, don't talk to me. You have a blessed day.
That's a nice way to say it. Have a blessed day and carry on. So what I've seen for you while you've been talking are lots of animals, and you have a rabbit and a cat, and you have several more, but I'm just going to read the rabbit because the rabbit, I just want to see what the rabbit is. It seemed so gentle there in the background, and it said, this is a very creative time for you. So it's important to quickly take advantage of any opportunity that comes your way unexpectedly. Be extra vigilant for the next couple days. If anything shows up for you, and try a vegetarian diet, or maybe just try to eat more vegetarian type foods. And you're going to go through a period of stillness and then all of a sudden a burst of intense energy and activity. And then it says, your intelligence, common sense, and wit serve you well, especially by helping you out of any type of uncomfortable situations. You're a great strategist, always ready with a backup plan and quite agile and adept at shifting plans as the need demands, especially in stressful situations. You're an optimist also. You're very positive, and you don't tolerate gloominess or pessimism. And you you cycle through periods of relative calm and then phases of tremendous activity. So you go from one to the other sometimes. I don't know if you do, but that's what they say the rabbit does. And also the very, very sensitive, articulate, and artistic with the depth of wisdom that surprises others. So that I think that fits you quite a bit, really. You have a lot of depth, a lot of wisdom. So that is the rabbit. And I think that you're doing a nice job by being gentle and kind to the coworkers, and just keep that up. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And just give them as much positive energy as you can. People are always going to question us, about things, and not everybody agrees with what we all believe. And, I haven't found it. I mean, we all have different beliefs and all that. And we just do the best we can, with trying to mesh with people and their beliefs. And hopefully it's too bad if they judge you, but people judge us. That's what people do.
They do.
And yeah, they do. So the best thing we can do is just try not to judge them back and just try to give leeway even, but it's hard because it makes us angry and it hurts our feelings. And so then we just have to, I don't let them go, let it go, and just sort of walk away. You did the right thing. God bless you, and walk away. That's all you
Yeah,
can really do.
because I learned you can't sit there argue with the demon. Somebody be
Yeah. Hmm.
accusing good points not gonna be right there. You can't win an argument with somebody that's already got a negative mindset. Just be quiet.
Right.
And
Exactly. I totally agree. So with that, carry on and keep it up. And I'm going to pass you over to Peg.
Hi, Aura.
yeah,
Thanks.
how are you?
Good. How are you?
Very blessed and grateful.
Great. The card that I got for you um, is Faith. Right. Yeah, it's the angel Faith, who is the twin flame of Archangel Michael. And it's all about humanity and benevolence. Stay calm, trust the good in yourself and others, see lights in the world. Faith is the archangel who focus on bringing our benevolence. She is the twin flame of Archangel Michael and is on a divine message to help us recognize that humans are basically good and aligned with love. Just like her name, she is all about faith and trust. She reminds us that the world has taught us to believe that we are separate from love, and if we begin to show the good, see the good in others, um, then we will start to cultivate a loving experience of the world around us. So the extended message is stay calm and breathe. You are a divine being of love who has done so much good in the world. You may be going through some personal transformations and that you're not getting anywhere, but Archangel Faith is drawing close to guide you beyond the limitations. Um, you may be trying to work out whom to trust. First, trust yourself. When you do this and recognize that you are made of love, you will attract those who reflect that love and enjoy the true friendships and loving relationships and know the good is here to stay. So I feel like um, that's basically what you've been doing. You're walking away from someone that is being negative. Sometimes it's best not to say anything, and you don't have to prove anything to anyone, um, and just know that um, what you are doing is best for what you need to do at this time. So I hope that helps. I feel, as Jan said, I feel like there's a lot of angels around you. And as you know, Archangel Michael is all about protection and safety. So he's another good angel that um, you can connect with. So I hope that helps.
Yes, ma'am. I just got so much inner peace in myself. Like if the world came crashing down, I would still be okay. That's how much inner peace I have in me. I'm just blessed.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So just keep being who you are, and you know, it doesn't make any difference what others feel or say. Um, just be you, I guess. So I hope that helped. Are you, Liz?
I'm ready. Yep,
You
I'm
ready?
ready.
Okay.
um, hi, Aura. This is Liz. And I have a card for you from the Guides of the Hidden Realms Oracle. It's card number 43, and it's the burden of choice. And it says, choosing higher ground, consequences, unconscious choice making. So, when you're talking about your coworker being picked on and stuff, sometimes people don't know how to act when somebody's different or something is different, right? And so it's a defense mechanism to kind of pick on them. It's we've seen it throughout our life, right? With bullying and everything. It really has to do with somebody else not knowing how to have patience and just allow someone else to be themselves is what it comes down to. Probably because they're not allowed to be themselves in their home environment. But this is part of the our humanness, is we have the power to make choices, right? And we can make choices to be positive, uplifting people, or we can make choices to be mean spirited, yucky people. It doesn't mean that we stay that way forever. I'm sure we all can think of a time in our life when we were maybe mean spirited, or thought we would do something, make someone else feel bad because it would make us feel better. And probably made you feel like crap, and then you didn't do it again, maybe. But not everyone does. Not everyone feels that way the first time. So this is unfortunately our humanness, right? This is what the whole living life is about, right? Is making choices and learning from those choices, the consequences, whether good or bad or indifferent. And those that are pushing you aside because of religion, it's because they're not awakened yet, right? They're not, they haven't accepted this life. Because honestly, if you're religious, spiritual, whatever you want to call it, if you're either one of those things, then you're open to the concept of the other, right? And can appreciate it and can respect anyone that has that thought or feeling. And I don't say shut them out. We obviously can't force what we believe onto other people. We can live our lives and let them see by example of how it makes us feel, of how we, maybe have no stress or can handle things in a better way because we know that we have that support. That's all you can do. And I always still pray for those people, because I hope that they would, that they'll make this shift and know how wonderful life can be when they open themselves to these possibilities, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. And I'm always praying. I'm always praying for my enemies. Like, I got a lot of love and peace. I got no harm against nobody. I'm always praying. I'm always forgiving, just right then and there. Like, I tell people I forgive you. It's all right. We're all human. Ain't no hard feelings.
Yeah. And, all we can do really is, I always say, we just live an example, right? Like, every day on my Facebook page, I post a kindness post every morning with a little, I get an email every day from this organization, randomactsofkindness.org. And I take their email picture and I, put some of my thoughts of wisdom with it, and I post it every day. And it's something having to do with kindness. And in my office at work, I have a sign that hangs on my wall when people come in, and it says, "In a world where you can be anything, be kind." Right? Because it's so easy for any of us to be negative or mean or hurtful to other people because we're hurting or we're angry. But why not just be kind? Really, there's enough of that anger and hatred and negativity in the world. Why not just be kind? We don't ever know what anyone else is going through. Think about days when we feel like our shoulders are so full and can't take any more, and people have just been kind to us and nice, and it's almost been like a breath of fresh air, right? You almost have like, oh, thank God. This person wasn't mean, or they weren't difficult, or, they tried to help me, whatever it was. So that's always just be kind, right? I mean, we don't need any more negative. We don't need any more pitting people against each other and, pointing out differences and making a spectacle of them, right? Like, we're all here and meant to be different. Let's just get along. Let's coexist. Like, let's celebrate each other's differences and be kind to each other about it. Whether you want to say you're religious or spiritual or what have you, like, there's room for all of us here, right? And hey, there's nothing wrong with any of us. We're all doing, we're all just doing the best we can to get through this and make the best choices we can. So that's what I've got for you. I agree with the ladies. You're walking with a legion of angels. Just, if when people don't believe or they don't want to open themselves up to this type of thinking, it's okay.
Yeah.
Jesus had people that were naysayers.
Yeah, and when somebody tries to disagree with me, after I give them my opinion, I just walk away because where I am now spiritually, there's a lot more important things I can go behind closed doors and talk to the Father with instead of just arguing. Like, I tell people, I said, well, I respect your opinion, and I just let them know right quick, I'm not here to argue. I just got brought to my heart to share with you, and it's not no argument. And
Absolutely.
where I live at in this little area, it's like, oh, you got it. And I'm not about that.
Right. Well, that's all we can do is, let people be who they are. They have their right to their opinion and wish them the best, hope that they get to see how wonderful it is to open up to these possibilities and, you know, and live a life like this where you don't worry, where you can rely on your angels and your spiritual team to take care of you and lead the way. So, um, if anything, I feel sorry for them when they're negative like that because there's so much possibility and so much wonderful stuff that they could experience and have if they opened up to the chance. So,
Thank y'all
um,
for the readings and stuff.
what's that?
I said thank y'all for the readings.
You're very welcome. It was nice to hear from you again. Um, give us a call back and let us know how things are going. We love talking to you, Aura. Um, and we'll connect soon. Keep doing the good work that you're doing.
Yes, ma'am. Y'all have a blessed night.
You too.
You also.
Here.
Thank you. All right. Oh, well, nice to connect with Oro. We haven't spoken with him in a few weeks.
Yeah.
I was
That was a
going
good
to.
start.
Yeah, it's always nice to connect with our friends that we connect with.
Mhm.
And I see we have Christiana and Darlene is back with us this week. But we also have a new caller. I'm going to assume Martha. And Martha, we'll invite you on. Christiana and Darlene, I'm sure we'll get to you. We have not had Martha call in before, and I know that we connected with both of you last week. So we'll give a new person an opportunity, if you wouldn't mind, and we will certainly get to you. So we're going to send you an invite to join us on air. Martha, you click on that if you're able to join us. We'll bring you on, and you can ask a question or whatever you may have. Maybe. I'm never sure if people get this or if people know how to use it.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it looks like on the other end, actually.
It might be tricky.
Yeah. I think we've been told that something pops up and says you've been invited and you can accept it.
Okay.
I recall someone telling us that at one point in time. All right. Well, maybe Martha's not able to join us right now on air. I'm not sure. So Martha, if you'd like to join us, you can drop something in the chat. We'd love to bring you on air, or if you aren't able to come on air and you just had a question, you could pop it in the chat and we can answer it from there. But I guess we'll jump back to our other callers. So Christiana has been on here the longest, so we'll go ahead and invite her on to join us.
Hello.
Hi, Christiana. Do you have a call for us or a question for us?
Is she on?
Yeah. Can you
Yep.
hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm kind of piggybacking off of my last reading. I don't know if this is redundant or what, but
You're cutting out a little bit.
I mean, I know I'm thinking. Sorry. I was just wondering more about the person with the initial A to their first name. The person that I mentioned that I liked. And do you guys see it as like an actual potential for a long-term relationship, or is this more as just something casual?
You know what, Christiana? You're not going to believe this. I swear this is the truth. Earlier today, I knew you were coming back to ask about her. I got the message about it.
Okay.
And I got a few messages prior, so because I knew that you were coming in to ask about her. And what I got was mostly for right now. I was getting more of a more of a fun time, and not really looking into like a big future yet. You know what I mean? And so, but it could be, and that's what I heard. It could be. I did hear that, but that is not the focus. That's not the focus. That's not what I. That's what I heard also. That is not the focus of it right now. The focus more is to get to know each other, to get to find out about each other, to learn, to go out and have fun, enjoy another's company kind of thing, and just keep it there for a little while and see how it goes.
I drew a picture for her.
Uh-huh.
And I sent it to her, and she said she thought it was beautiful.
Oh, how nice. Oh,
Yeah.
I bet your artwork. What a nice thing to do. So have you been having fun times, communications, and able
A
to
little
go
bit here and
places?
there, but
Uh-huh.
we haven't gone anywhere since coffee. So
Oh, okay.
it
Yeah.
hasn't been that long since we had coffee.
Oh, okay. Well, was there a plan to maybe go do something?
No.
Has there not yet? Okay. Well, that's mostly what I was getting, was that this is a time of more of getting to know each other, seeing, checking in on each other, and hopefully I saw that you might be going out and having fun. That's what I felt. I'd like to hear what the
Yeah.
other ladies say. But
I think that's a good way to start.
I didn't pick it. Hey, what? You cut out there.
I think that's a good way to start.
Yeah, I do too. And not to get, there's always a chance of a future with someone, but you might want to just, first just check the person out kind of, and just see how it goes. You know what I mean? And just see what it feels like, feels like to be in their presence. And even before that, just have, like what you're doing, conversations, communications between each other first. And see if it goes any farther than that. But I and see, I could be totally wrong here, but I thought that there would be something. I thought you'd be already gone out. I would have thought you would have already gone out to go have fun. But I think that may be coming, and I hope I'm not wrong. But the other thing too, let's say if it doesn't happen, let's say if you don't go out, then you don't get too upset about it if you can, because there's always reasons why these things, if things don't work out, it's for your protection. That's how I look at it. It's really for your protection if things don't work out. But that's not what I saw or heard. I heard there was going to be a fun time. So, and I heard it the first time, or whenever you started talking about her, I heard it this afternoon because I knew you were coming on today to talk about her. And I still get that. And I want to hear what the other ladies have to say. I mean, I could be wrong, but
No, I believe you.
okay. And I also get the cat. You got the cat here too. So I just wanted to, I don't know if I've ever given you the cat, but let me see. Just quickly, I want to just see what the cat says. It says, this is a period where self-sufficiency and trust in your own capabilities is necessary. Honor your sensuality by dancing slowly with graceful and easy movements. And listen closely to your intuitive guidance, as it most likely an ancestor who's one of your spirit guides trying to communicate. Pay close attention to signs and omens that will guide and direct you. Whatever you've released, relationships, material goods, self-defeating habits, will soon be replaced with something or someone entirely more suitable for who you are presently. And you're independent, you're introspective, and you do your most creative work is done at night. I don't know if that's true, but you move very
True.
gracefully and naturally, exuding mysterious sensuality, and you've been working through a lot of hard time, and now it's time to play. Wow, cool. That's exactly what it says right here. So I'm
You
just
know,
hoping. Uh-huh.
sorry. I have
No, go ahead.
a cat spirit that kind of hangs out with me and Apricot, my cat, sometimes. And we've
Really?
both seen it.
You both have seen it?
Yeah, one time I turned my head to look at it and he did the same exact thing and looked at it, walk into the other room.
Wow, you're kidding.
No.
That is incredible. My goodness, how beautiful that you see the animals too. I love that. Well, so I would just don't put too much, anticipation into this yet. Just see, that's really lovely you sent her that picture, and see it, if you feel like maybe just saying to her, I don't know if you feel like doing that, just saying, well, let's go get some, cake or something. I don't know why I even say cake, but that's what I feel like, getting a dessert somewhere.
Yeah,
Like, let's go
that
get some
sounds
ice
good.
cream, or let's go out and have cake or pie or dessert or ice cream or something. You know what I mean? And just see how that goes, or if she, unless you feel like you want to wait for her to ask you, of course, whatever you want to do. But
Well, I'm just
um,
afraid it's going to be like weeks and weeks.
yeah. Well, then just ask her then, so that it
Yeah,
doesn't take weeks and weeks. And there's no harm in that. And in asking, you know what I mean? And
yeah.
so, but I just want to see what the other ladies think, because I hope I'm on the right track, and I don't want to mess you up if I'm on the wrong track. Shucks. But it's not what I felt. But anyway, I want to pass it over to Peg to see what she thinks. I'm
Okay.
glad
Okay,
you came
so
on. Yeah.
hi, Christiana. Um, No, was that your name, Christiana?
Yeah, Christiana.
Okay, all right. Um, I agree with Jan. I think this is a time of just getting to know each other and finding out what you have in common and if you want to pursue anything more. So that's basically what I have for you. So I guess it's just kind of just taking it slow and just kind of evaluating as you are are together.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Very nice, ladies. Um, Christiana, this is Liz, and I pretty much have to agree with the ladies. It's what I was getting last week when we talked about this. That this is a slow burn relationship. This is not a fast moving,
Mm-hmm.
hot and heavy type thing. So it's well, I pulled a card for you. It's card number 26, the dream of co-creation. And it says manifestation, divine partnership, and frequency alignment. So, um, this is a definitely a relationship that belongs in your life, um, and it can. I mean, it can work either way. It can work as a very long term friendship, but it can also work as a relationship. However, it has you have to go into it with no expectations, right? You can't think about it as with the fog of relationships you've had in the past and things that have happened in those. You can't bring that garbage with you. This is a
Mm-hmm.
clean slate. It's a fresh start. So you have to move in. Don't have any expectation for anything to happen or to be any certain way if you haven't spoken to each other about it, right? Because we can't just expect that other people know what we want or know what we feel or know what we think. There has to be communication. And you also have to remember you can't go into a relationship thinking that someone else can make you whole, or that that will complete you. We have to already be whole ourselves, right? We already have to do all our healing and fully accept and love ourselves, um, and uh, and all parts of ourselves. I'm trying to read my notes here. um, Nobody can just come in and complete us or properly compliment us until we have, you know, I won't say healed all those parts, but at least bared witness to them and know that there are things that we're trying to actively work on or we're aware of them, those types of things. And knowing, I mean, our other people in our lives will have these same things that they, have to work on for themselves too. As long as we've acknowledged that they exist and that we're aware that they may not be um, one of our better qualities and that we're trying to be better them, then we're in the good path for permanent relationships. But this one like I said last week is very very slow. It's I still feel like this other person is a very people person, right? And it takes a it takes a certain partner to be able to be in relationships with those kind of people, because they talk to everyone and they enjoy talking to everyone. They enjoy those conversations, right? They enjoy those connections. And even if they are only that one conversation ever, they still enjoy them. They enjoy meeting people. They enjoy talking to people, learning about people and places and things. So not everyone enjoys a partner that's like that. Sometimes it can be difficult. Um, it's not that they're doing anything wrong, but they they share their attention with anyone that asks for it.
I'm okay with it. I just hope that I at least stand out a little bit. Hopefully.
You do, right? I mean,
Enough
and
to
that's
catch
the
her
thing about
attention.
people. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing about people that are like that. It's not that they don't care about their partner or they don't put their partner as a priority, but they also prioritize other people as well. You know, when you're in a relation, when they're in a relationship with someone, that is their person at the end of the day. But they're not going to miss an opportunity to connect with other people. So sometimes
Yeah.
that's difficult for other people to
Well, that's
handle and
one of
deal
the
with.
reasons I like her is because she's outgoing.
Well, that's
Mhm.
wonderful. You know, but sometimes it's difficult to too. So just be
Yeah,
aware of
that's
that.
true.
And you know, and sometimes again, based on our past relationships and experiences, sometimes we drag that garbage with us. So, you know, we have to remember this person isn't that other person from that other relationship. So their garbage is not this person's garbage. Um, you know, what
And I
happened
feel like,
before
yeah,
won't necessarily happen again.
I feel like I finally attracted a decent, like, fit for me. Like,
Mhm.
my energy shifted, so
Mhm.
I think I'm drawing in better
Yeah,
people. Maybe.
yeah. And maybe the better people for you are people that are a low, slow burn like that. You know, that might be what is the right fit for your life, and you just haven't experienced that to this point. So it, you know, it'll be an adventure. I see fun. I see a lot of laughter.
Mhm.
Um, like I said, I think I said last week, like this will be, you lay that foundation of friendship, right? And you have a good solid relationship as, you know, person to person, and it builds that, um, you know, that more romantic and intimate relationship and all those things. Not necessarily in that long of a time frame, but um, you know, you're starting with the the best part of, you know, the important part of you know, the foundation, what's going to make it strong. That's what I
There
try to
is an
do.
age
Good.
difference, so I was a little concerned that she might be worried about that, but I don't know. We'll
Yeah,
see.
I think when people compliment each other, it's age is not a factor really. It's
That's
you know,
true.
you just, you click, and it's not even something that it crosses each other's mind. So
Yeah, it's funny. She thought I was in my 20s. I'm like, no, I'm 40. I said, I'm 40 now.
Mhm.
yeah, I'm
So
like, yeah, these things, you know, it, and
I
sometimes
said, don't you see
people
my
just aren't
gray
good at
hair?
reading.
I said, don't you see my gray hair? And she said, oh, I guess I do.
Well, that can happen in your 20s though too.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, everybody.
You're welcome,
You're welcome.
Christiana. Good luck with everything, and give us a call back and let us know how things are going.
Okay, I will.
All right.
All
Have a
right.
good night.
Good.
Well, another good caller, ladies.
Yes.
Um, I'm sharing Christiana's card here in the Facebook group. Forgot to say that. Changed her name, of course. Always something. All right. Well, I see we have Darlene still holding. We'll invite her on with us this week again.
Hello.
Hi, Darlene.
Hey.
How are you?
Oh, just my emotions are just all mixed up today. And it's like, I'm just like kind of lost. I don't know what to do anymore with my life. It's like I'm just kind of stressed out. And I don't even know where to start. I start the day out. Larry spent the night with me. We didn't do nothing sexually, but he wanted to, but I just didn't feel like it. But, anyways, I ran into him working on the job. I went and said hello, and he introduced me to some people, and everything was great. And he said he wasn't ready for breakfast. I said, well, I'm going to go to the senior center. So I ended up going back. I was going to see if he wanted some breakfast, and he ended up, when I pulled up, he was on the phone. I could hear the girl, and he had it on speakerphone. Normally I don't hear his phone ring, but I heard his phone ring, and it was a girl, and it was at the office, and I guess she was telling him what was the problem was or something. So I don't know if he was trying to make me jealous or what, because he just ignored me and walked off on the phone. He's like, well, I was working. I know he saw me when I pulled up. All he had to do is say, hey, I was on the phone and talking to a parts lady or whatever. I don't know, some girl that he works with, And I feel like he was trying to make me jealous. I could be wrong. I just feel like he really ignored me, because then later on he accused me I ignored him, because he sent me a message that he heard an ambulance. Was I okay? Well, I went to the senior center because he was ignoring me, so I just left. I thought, I'm tired of this damn game shit. So I left. I went to the senior center, and I walked in, and a guy there is an elderly guy, and I've told him several times I am not interested in him, that I have a boyfriend. Well, so then he says he's got a gift for me. Well, I thought it's been a while that I told him that, I had a boyfriend. I thought, well, I didn't know what it was. So I accepted it. I didn't think nothing of it. It was a purse. I was like, oh my God, this man does not give up. So then I left there, and then I ran into another guy who, I told you about the trying to buy my houseboat.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be able to build a house. I wouldn't be able to, I wouldn't have enough money to put in septic in a well. And then I ran into another guy that likes me, but he's got a girlfriend. But he always runs into me like he scared the crap out of me when I pulled up at the senior center. It's like he looks for me. Like I went to the park and he runs into me at the park. But he's a city worker too, so he's everywhere. But I think he really looks for me. And I was like, he's really cute. And I was like, oh my God, I didn't even chase after this man. So I was like really flattered until he told me he had a girlfriend. I was like, oh
Oh,
my God, and it's like, oh, every time I run into him, it's like, he's so damn cute. But I'm like, okay, I says, I done been down that route. I said, I don't mess with married men. I said, I know you're not married, but it's the same thing. You got a girlfriend, so I don't know, whatever you guys see, I'm just like, kind of really bummed out, and it's like, I don't know what the hell
well,
is going on.
Darlene, it's Jan, and um, it's
Did you get all that?
yeah, I did. you know, um, it's a full moon in Scorpio, and my moon's in Scorpio, but it's an intense time, really, as far as you know, stuff like that, love and sensuality and things like that, and it's the most intense time with the Scorpio moon, and so you're getting a lot of attention, and it's kind of nice, even though some of it's not what you want. But as far as your boyfriend goes, I think he'll get over it, and you guys will get right back to, hopefully, I think.
Is
But
he trying to make me jealous? I mean, what happened this
I
morning?
think he might have. I think he might have. I think he got a little hurt feelings by you. Is all, and he'll just have to get over it. He's got to get over that.
Because I
'Cause,
didn't have sex with him.
yeah, he just has to get over it, and he will, and especially if you give him some nice attention. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
give him some positive attention, and um loving, and that you care about, that you want him, that you like him. It just wasn't the right time for you at that time, and um
I mean, I
is
made him dinner, and I mean, I
yeah,
was
you
like,
did a
I'm
lot of nice
trying
things.
everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did a lot of nice things. He has to get over it. He'll get over it, and you might want to explain to him about, you just weren't ready or feeling that way at the moment, at this time, and I just give me a little time, just let him know, just give me a little time here. And
We did cross that line 2 times already, but this time last night I just didn't feel it, you know what I mean?
yeah, and so just let him know that, and it's nothing against him. It's just, and so that, and he'll I feel like he's going to get over it, and he just give him some positive energy. Don't worry about him trying to make you jealous, because he'll get over all that. And I feel, and especially if you give him some good energy again, and you know what I mean? Try again is
Yeah.
what just try again is what I'm saying. And if he doesn't come around, then he's not going to be, he's, if he can't come around after something so not so terribly bad, then he's not going to be easy to deal with, because that's just like it's a thing, but it's like no big deal, you know what I mean? And he'll get over it.
It's childish, you know?
Yeah, and that's why he needs to just get over it, and hopefully he does, and he will. And just give him a little encouragement. Is like, he just needs a little encouragement from you, and see how that goes, and see if that gets, changes the energy. And if it doesn't, then you don't need him. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
It's like, I don't understand. And then all these other guys flirting with me, and it's like, oh,
well,
no.
you deserve it. Why not? And
It's like for 2 years, I've really not had anybody flirt with me. And then all of a sudden,
mhm.
that me and Larry are getting back together, and these men are flirting with me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's nice for you, and that's really cool. So, I mean, that gives you a little bit of incentive, and it makes you feel good, and it shows you that how attractive you are, and that if you and Larry don't work out, there will be others for you, and that gives you confidence. You know what I mean? So that's nice that
Yeah.
happened for you. It's
It
really
did make
nice.
me feel pretty, because
Yeah.
I haven't really felt pretty, since my dentures and getting
Yeah.
bigger over the years.
Yeah. So just take all that and keep it with you, all that stuff those guys did with you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I would try again with Larry to see how it goes. And that's just the feeling I'm getting. I feel like you know, he should come around. And if he doesn't, then it's not meant to be. But I don't see that. I see that it will come, or he will, it will be okay. But I mean, you might want to just say, hey, I didn't feel good. I don't, sometimes I'm just not always going to feel good, and I hope it's okay with you. And just please, don't get upset and stuff, if you're able to say anything like that to him.
Yeah.
But I did get the raccoon. And so I just want to read what it says, because I really got the raccoon for you. And it says, in spite of any doubts you may have, the resources you need for the current situation are readily available. There's some sort of deception going on around you that you can discern by listening to and trusting your intuition. Well, that's what you're figuring out right now. Rather than being goal-oriented, this is a time for indulging your curiosity in open-ended exploration. And pay close attention to signs and omens that suggest you're getting messages from the ancestors. This reminds me of the cat. It's important to remain emotionally and mentally flexible for the next few days, as events will require you to adapt to rapidly changing circumstances. And you're gifted with intuitive, mechanical ability. You express your creativity with your hands, whether through painting, writing, or some other endeavor. And you're remarkably resourceful at finding whatever you need at any given moment. You're quite adaptable and flexible, feeling at home wherever you might be. You have a number of certain different personas and are capable of presenting just the right one for the appropriate circumstance. So I know that you can figure this out with him. I know you can. And if you want to. And so
sometimes I do, and then sometimes I don't. When he does
Yeah,
this childish crap, it's like,
yeah,
oh my God, it's not gonna work. Then there's
yeah,
other times it's like, oh, I still love him, and it's like, oh,
yeah,
I'm just kind of torn
exactly.
between the two emotions.
Yeah, exactly. So I totally know what you're saying, but I feel like it will come around again for the two of you. That's how I feel. I really do. And I don't know how what's going to happen next, but I just feel like I'm getting the vibe that the two of you will come around again. It will be okay. And, you'll get over, it'll be all right. So I just want to, but if something like this, if this little hiccup creates a wedge with him, then it will be kind of difficult to work with a person like that. You know what I mean? Who
Yeah.
can't, and it may not be worth your while, but I'm not getting that. I sort of feel like he'll be back. I really do. He loves you. I feel like he really does love you. I just think he's kind of, I don't know.
He does, but there's times
Yeah.
that he's so insecure, and it's
Yeah.
like he plays these little head games. He's a master manipulator,
Yeah.
and he is
Uh,
a master at it. And it's
yeah.
just like playing these little games, trying to make me
Hmm.
jealous. And I know, I don't know. I feel like he really was, like putting the girl on speakerphone. And when he
Hmm.
had a message the other day, he put that girl on speakerphone. So I,
Hmm.
I think it's like you said, I think he's trying to make me jealous, really.
Hmm. And it just depends on how much you want to put up with stuff like that. Because you don't need to put up with stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
that's kind of,
Sometimes it just drives me. Like today, I was about ready to be in tears. I'm like, you're driving me fucking crazy. Excuse my
yeah.
French.
Hmm. Yeah. It
But then
just,
he comes around and he changes, and then he's like,
right.
he just sweet as
Right.
can be. And
Yeah.
I think it's his insecurities get in the
Hmm.
way. A lot of people can't
Yeah.
understand it. And I don't
Mhm.
try to fuel it. I mean,
No.
it happens on its own. Trust me.
Yeah. So yeah. And that's why I feel like he's going to come around again. So it's really up to you if you want to continue on with this kind of thing. Um, but I do know that he cares about. I mean, I feel like he does love you. I really do. But it's trippy, a little bit trippy, and it just depends if you
Yeah.
can
I
handle it.
do.
If
He was
you,
like love of he was the love of my life. He really was.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I still love him. I just don't have the spark
no,
there anymore because of what happened between us. And
oh,
um, and I don't know if I'll get
but
the
you're
spark
back
back.
together. But you're back together again, though. Still,
Yeah, I mean
you're
that's the
coming
first
back.
time in 2 years,
Wow.
because he had gotten back together with his ex-wife,
Oh my
and
goodness.
and he said that he realized he made a mistake when they slept together. He said all he could do was think about me, and he
Oh
realized
my
that he
goodness.
screwed up. And I think he was being honest.
Mhm.
And I think a lot of it is his kids pressured him into getting back together with her.
Mhm.
And then I just gave up on him, and which is not the truth, but I think that's what his ex-wife was telling him.
Mhm. And now he's come back to you now.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Well, I mean that you're lovely taking him back. Um, but all I can say is
I
that I
mean, I
know.
understand it. I understand it. A lot of people wouldn't understand it,
Yeah.
but I do think he was being honest. He said he screwed up and he made a mistake, and I think he
Mhm.
did. Some men can't say that, but then
Yeah,
he's got
that's
so much
true.
pride. Sometimes he won't say that. Sometimes he
Mhm.
will. Sometimes he won't.
Yeah.
Typical man, I guess.
Well, I think he's very lucky to have you, and I just almost know he will be back again. And I want to see what Peg and Liz have to say about it, because that's what I'm
Yeah, me
getting.
too.
I really feel like you're going to be back together with him very very soon.
Probably.
very soon. And so just hang in there. And so Peg or Liz, I think Peg was going to be right back. So maybe Liz, that's what Peg said in the room. She was going to be right back.
I missed that. I can go.
Okay.
Hi, Darlene. This is Liz. Nice reading,
Hey,
Jan.
honey.
Thank you.
Yes, it was. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I pulled out card number 10, The Eyes of Mystery. And it's mystery, uncharted territory, and deep knowing. And as soon as you started talking about Larry, I immediately went back to, and I didn't even look at it, but I remembered it from last week where I said, remember why you're not together anymore.
Yeah.
So, you're in a time where you're shifting, right? Your consciousness, your energy, your vibration, you're shifting. So when you do that, the people that reflect your vibration come into your frequency, right? So that's why these different people are showing up or showing up again, because your frequency is changing. And what I'm getting from the card is it's time to try something new, something unknown. It's time to be choosy, right? So write down a list of things that you want in a partner, and write down a list of things that are deal breakers, and stick to the list.
Right.
And weren't you telling us last week you met a lady at the senior center that was helping you with your intuitive abilities and such?
Yes.
So you're working on that skill, right? So one of the things you can do when you're with each of these different people, maybe on a date or having lunch together or whatever the case may be, take a moment to clear your mind. Close your eyes, take a couple deep breaths, and tune into your body. What do you feel? Does it feel good? Does it feel scary? Does it feel, not good? Obviously you tuned into yourself last night and said, no, this doesn't feel good. And didn't go through. That's how you're going to know. You're going to know when something's right. And sometimes not every relationship is going to be long term, but that's okay. Sometimes it's fun to just enjoy another person's company. The man from the senior center giving you gifts, he may not necessarily want what do I want to say? A monogamous.
Now this is terrible. He's so annoying. He's like way older than me. And this is probably like the 10th time I've tried to tell him that I got a boyfriend. And even if I see him at a restaurant and he won't leave me alone. And it's like when my one girlfriend got up and she came back and he was sitting down in her seat so he could sit by me. And I was like, oh my God.
So, you know what? Maybe go out on the date with them to show them how you just wouldn't possibly get along. And then that's done, right? But sometimes people just get off on being that person that does that, right? That makes you uncomfortable. That, maybe he just is someone that likes to make women feel appreciated. I don't know. But, and then maybe he's just a pervert. I'm not sure. But
I don't know. I mean, he's brought me his phone number on a piece of paper, and I was like, I can't take this. I got a boyfriend, Like, oh my God, he won't give up.
And sometimes people are just looking for someone to spend time with and have a companion. It's not necessarily about a romantic thing. So, and especially as people get up there in age, right? Like, obviously the reality is the longevity of us is diminishing. So how, depending on the life you've had up to this point or up to that point, maybe you're looking for a very quiet, settled down, one-on-one thing, but maybe you're just looking to, have people around so you're not lonely.
Yeah.
People that didn't have children and things like that, like they don't necessarily have anybody to come see them. or that's even going to be around when they're getting on and, it comes to the end. So sometimes they just want, the comfort of knowing that they have friends and people that will be there is sometimes what some people are looking for,
Mm-hmm.
as
Mm-hmm.
you get older. And as you were talking more about Larry, I wrote down narcissist. Larry's a narcissist.
Yes, he is. Oh my
um,
God, he is.
Hmm.
he manipulates the situation to fit what he needs it to fit. Of course, he's a chameleon. Of course, he feels
Yes, and
bad
I know he
sometimes.
does it, and it drives me crazy.
Right. And here's the thing about the human heart, right? We can't help who we love.
So
And
true.
when we're connected with someone, we're going to have feelings for them, right? Forever. It's not going to go away. Even when we maybe dislike someone, we end not on a happy note. There was a time where we had good times with that person, and we're going to remember them, right? Like there's still that connection. So it's you know part of our humanness, right? Is we get to choose what we do. So um you know if you want to stay with Larry, of course you can, and of course it'll work out, because you know what, you'll do what we all do and lie to yourself and and push through it because you want to. um or you can have the adventure of, you know meeting new people, or and possibly even finding someone that is uh more of a long-term relationship. But I kind of see more of a having like a dabbling where you have quite a few people, at least for a little while. Have quite a few people that you go out with and enjoy spending time with. Not necessarily all of them in a romantic way, but just some of them be companionship, and it'll be fulfilling. It's not an empty, like, going to the movie with girlfriends, right? There'll be a nice energy exchange that's um, uh, beneficial to both of you. But part of the heaviness of this energy that I wanted to share with you is, I was wrong earlier in the show. So Pluto is going into retrograde starting tomorrow until October 15th. So
Oh, the day
it
after my
says,
birthday.
so Pluto, lady of the underworld, is preparing to return home, where she can peel back the layers, recalibrate, and eventually emerge reborn into a truer, deeper power. Um, Pluto will journey into the unseen, the shadows, and through our dreams, helping us to step into a fuller, deeper, and more authentic power too. So we're really going to be like going into like I said at the beginning of the show, like the shadow side of ourselves, the ugly, dark parts that we don't always want to talk about or admit to or face up with. But we all have them, and this is about reflecting on those parts and saying, you know what, okay, these are part of my wholeness, and are these things that are maybe some of these habits or ways of thinking that I need to grow out of and change? Am I willing to do that? Like those kind of things. So let's see if this had, um, and so
I'm
this will be a
listening.
deep dark 5 months, not deep dark, but it's going to be a heavy energy for 5 months that kind of is will bring us back around to things that we maybe tried to not deal with before. They'll be coming up. And it's not a bad thing, right? Like we need to face those things and become aware of them, become, you know, say, hey, all right, yeah, I know this is me and it's not the best part of my personality maybe. And I'm ready to shift from this. I'm ready to, a, attempt to make changes, be aware and make changes. Or I'm going to stuff it down and keep it there for the next 48 years till Pluto makes another transition. That's up to you. But so just be aware that we'll find our thoughts, yeah, we will find ourselves over the next couple weeks, you know, maybe lost in our thoughts, having repetitive, maybe not so positive thoughts. Be mindful and aware of it. And when you catch yourself in that, say, you know what, you know, this is not the time for me to to look at this now or whatever, or maybe just write it out and get it out of your system. But don't allow yourself to sit and like ruminate in them where you make yourself crazy.
Right.
But, you know, being aware of them, sometimes facing them all at once is a bit of a challenge, a bit excessive. But maybe writing them down when you feel them come up and say, you know what, okay, I'm aware of this. I'm going to reflect on it later and come back to it. Right.
Right.
Things like that. And, but I think that you are shifting into a time where you can have a lot of fun if you choose to, or you can go into a time of a lot of work. It's up to you. I feel like if you stay the same path, you'll be. The problem is this: the same path is not the frequency that you're shifting into. So it's a lot of weight to try to carry instead of just changing to the new path.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
and letting yourself enjoy it there.
Right.
So so not that Larry
Decisions
can't
is
be
so
part of
hard,
your
you
life.
know.
Yeah. And not that Larry can't be part of your life, because he will be part of your life, but right now you're turning over a lot of power to him. You're allowing him to kind of decide what happens in your life. So
It's like I don't
it's
know what to do to make it different. You know what I mean? It's like I know what he's doing, and it pisses me off. And it's like part of me wants to say, "Screw you," but at the other time, it's like I really need his help. And am I depending on him because I need his help? But then I'm like, I really do love him, But
Mhm.
I think that sometimes, because I do need his help. It's like I
Right.
don't know what to do with my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, but is his help not help you could get other places? Um,
I
you
don't
know,
know.
I
He's a
mean,
pretty handy man. Like I met that one guy. I met that one guy, and I kind of think he's a bullshitter. But he said he's
I
he's
was going
from
to say
He's from California. Now, he seems like he could be affectionate, but you know, uh, he's not handy at all. Well, I don't know nothing about that. I thought, oh my God, he's a pencil pusher.
well, but hey, maybe he's got money that you don't need somebody to be handy. He can pay someone to be handy. I mean,
I don't think he
That's
is because
true.
I was sitting there talking to him, and then he's like, "Well, he's not been with his wife in years, but they never got a divorce." I was like, "Okay, so you're technically still married?" "Yeah, I'm still married, but we're not together." I'm like, "Oh my God," you know,
well, I'm like, that's not too unrealistic. That happens often. Because there hasn't been a reason, right? I mean,
like, is
let's
he
face it,
telling me
divorce
the
costs
truth
money.
or is he full of shit? Then he said he's got cancer too, and I was like, "Okay." So I don't want to be with somebody if they're dying of cancer too. You know what I mean? It's like, oh my,
Well, cancer isn't necessarily a death sentence. So again, like I said, he might be someone that's really just looking for partnership, right? Like maybe he doesn't have any other family in his life, and he'd like to at least know somebody will be around when he's knocking on the door, and so he
yeah,
doesn't feel all alone, right? Like
yeah,
that's that is the reality when as we get older, that we could possibly be all by ourselves, right? That there might not be anyone around to be with us, and that's really, if you think about it, it's kind of a scary, scary thought,
yeah,
because it's going to be a an exciting but scary time in our life when we're getting ready to make that transition. So um, I think it's comforting to have familiar people around you, at that time makes it maybe a little easier, maybe makes you feel like you did not do something that you should have.
Right.
There's a lot of different guilt and feelings that come at the end of life. So who knows what the reason is, but um, that's why I say I feel like it's a great time to be around a lot of people and go out with a lot of different people and just see what's out there, right? And not all of it will be great, right?
Right.
Because not all of it is great, but you'll have great stories, you'll have good laughs. I feel like you'll enjoy some very nice meals, and it won't be wasted time either. I think you'll learn stuff about yourself, but you'll also learn things about other people that maybe you weren't aware that certain types of people were even out there or existed. So, I think it could be a lot of fun for you, and if you're into fully living life, then I would jump on and take the ride. Why not? What do you got to lose? um, and the reality is you could do this for 2 years and Larry would still be hanging around if you wanted him back anyway. So don't worry, old Larry doesn't. He's not a
Still there, honey.
highly self motivated. Yeah, he's not
Be
highly
quiet.
self motivated. I don't feel. So
He's not. He's not.
right. And this is part of the reason that you're not with him. So
You're probably right.
well, I'm like, I can only tell you what I'm feeling. So, it is what it is. And the choice is yours, right? I mean, I can tell you what you already know because you do know that, Larry's not going to be different, and that it may be great now, but it will, it'll take the same road that it has taken in the past. And just like Jan said, it's what are you willing to, what are you willing to put up with? What do you,
Right. It's either
what
I
do you
have to
want?
accept it because he's not going to change. You know what I mean? It's like,
Right,
so I'm
right,
kind of like stuck right there. I'm like, okay, is this what I want? I don't know.
yeah,
'Cause I
yeah.
think in my
Well,
heart he's not going to change.
yeah, and right. I mean, so if you think about it, you're kind of settling, right? Are you ready to settle, or do you want to look for something else? See what else is out there.
Sometimes I,
Which
sometimes
sounds
I do want to
exhausting
see
too
what
in
else
its
is
own
out
right.
there. Huh?
Right. I'm like, and it can also sound exhausting at times.
At
To me,
times
I'm
I
like,
want to.
uh,
Yeah, you're right. Sometimes I do want to be with Larry, but then at other times it is very exhausting because of when he manipulates. You know,
right.
for the outcome that he wants. The manipulation is I know what he's doing, and that's the part that drives me crazy. And that part is like that's what makes me not want to stay. Then I start looking elsewhere, but then he does nice things, and then I want to stay. So I'm kind of like a
Well,
roller
that's what the
coaster.
narcissist does. They know how to let the slack out enough to, you know, get you on edge and then reel it right back into, oh, everybody's happy again. That's part of what they do. Because they're manipulating the situation, right? So that they're always taken care of. That's part of what they do, who they are. Um, it's, and it's difficult and it's hurtful at times. Um, but it's up to you. It's your life to choose and do what you want with. So I can't we can't tell you what to do, but we can we
I
can
know.
remind you. And you can always, your intuition is with you all the time, 24/7. To tap into it. That's how you get it stronger. That's how you you know, that's how you get that muscle working again so that you know how
I'm
to
trying.
understand
I
it and
really
listen.
am.
Yep. Yep, and it takes time. Just keep keep practicing. But I think if you wanted to, this is, look, you just got your daughter and your grandkids out of your house. This is your time to have a good time and enjoy life and have adventure and explore.
I know
Why
she
not?
called me, wanted me to come visit her today, and I was like, "No, I'm sorry. It's just I got to save my gas money." Know what to say to her. No,
You're still
I mean,
enjoying
I've
your
had
quiet
them in my
time.
life for so long. It's like, okay, I need this breather. I need this break. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. There's nothing wrong with that. It's important to honor yourself and the way you feel. Because a lot of times we spend a good chunk of life people pleasing, right? And that's exhausting and it wears on us.
And
Wears
that's
on our
me.
health.
That's
Yep.
me.
Yeah. So
And it's
it's
like,
time to
I want to
breathe.
please me for a change.
That's right. It's time. So
I know I
it's
sound
up to you.
conceited, but I have just for everybody. And it's like,
No,
I'm tired of being walked on too.
yeah. It's not conceited at all. It's knowing your value and your worth and your place uh, in life and the world, right? I mean, none of us deserve to be treated that way or made to felt that way. We should certainly uh, be treated with the value and respect that we deserve. So I'm going to see. Peg hasn't said she is back, but I'm going to see if she is
Mhm.
back.
Yeah, to
Peg, are you
see.
with us? I guess not.
Oh,
Um, but that is what I have for you, Darlene. Um, I'm not sure what happened to Peg. She said she'd be right back, but
Yeah.
um,
Mhm.
it was a half an hour ago. It looks like maybe I'm wrong, but uh,
well, y'all have
she
had a
might have. I
really good
know.
reading. I really have.
Oh,
Good.
well, we're glad to hear that. We hope we helped you out some.
Oh,
Uh,
you
and
did, because I'm just like, my emotions are just like all over the place today.
Mhm.
well, that's the cosmic movements will sure um, are definitely at play there. There is a heaviness in the air. There is a lot of emotional upheaval. When we go into that shadow part of ourselves, it's never fun. It's never light. But it's necessary, and it's not the worst thing. We just got to get through it. So, um, you know, breathe deep, have patience with yourself. Find if when you're feeling emotional, take 5 minutes and just breathe and meditate. Essentially, right? Like clear your thoughts, um, and you know what can the thoughts that you're having. What parts of it can you control? What parts of it can't you? What you can't control, you've got to release. Right? You have to just. There's nothing you can do to change it. That's how it is. You have to accept it. And the things you can control, do what your part to control them. And that's all that can be done. And then you know that, right? Like that's all there is. So whatever happens is what the universe wants. And when we're diverted from what we think we want, it's because something better is coming. And so oftentimes we get upset and we you know put our heels in the dirt and don't want to go any further when things don't go our way, instead of saying, okay, that's disappointing, but I know that the universe is going to bring me something better, because the universe always wants what's best for us. So I always say, when you
Sometimes
don't
I sometimes I wonder, you know,
get
uh, because I mean I love Larry, but then he drives me crazy with the narcissism, and it drives the person crazy because you know what they're doing, and they're flipping the script, and they're trying to make me like out the bad one. I'm ignoring
yeah,
him. I'm like, no, you ignored me. And it's like, oh my
Mhm.
God, it's so childish. And I was like, and now I'm like, well, will I be able to find anyone else better? He's a handyman. He can do anything. He's a good provider. You know, um, he really is. And I mean, he's never really left me in 2 years. If I needed his help, he was right there helping me, you know. So
Well,
I mean,
there are other people out there that will do those things too. Don't worry, Darlene. There are, um, sometimes we don't even think to ask or look, right, because we say, oh, this person has that. There's lots of people that can do that and help you out. Don't worry. Um, and oh shoot, I wanted to say something about something you said there, and I forgot.
well, I
Well,
did say so.
oh,
That's another
so
fear.
that's what drives you crazy, right? Is what he does. His narcissistic tendencies. Well,
Yeah,
what you can control there is your reaction, right? Just say, all right, this is his crap. Like, don't play the game. I mean, either I would, either confront it right then and there and say, listen, I know what you're doing. I'm not going to deal with this, so I'm walking away. Or
right.
just, or don't give a reaction. Just okay, do whatever. If you're going to
It's
do
like
that,
you
that's
just.
fine.
It's
Fine with
like
me.
he
It
would
doesn't
just
affect
argue
me.
with me, you know. He would just argue with me, and it's like, oh my god! It's like I reached a point where I don't even want to argue with him anymore. I just want to like screw you. you know?
Right. Well, why is he trying to argue with you? Because if you're arguing, he still has your attention, right? And you can't, obviously, you can't be
Oh,
spending that time with someone else. So, it's that's the stuff that we have to, realize and say, oh, am I going to continue to tolerate this? Like, do I deserve this? Is this what I want to do with my time? Is this what I want to do with my time in a relationship with someone? Is it worth
yeah.
it?
I
So,
try to confront
um,
it, and but yet it ends up in an argument. You know.
well, I mean, I wouldn't go back and forth. I would say, listen, I can see right now what you're doing. Da, 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 da. That's it. I'm, I'm not going to I'm not going to be not at peace with this. So I'm leaving, walking away, whatever. And, when you get your head out of your rear end, you can talk to me or don't, whatever.
I like you.
um, no, I mean, here's I mean, it's wasting your time. It's a waste of your time.
It
And what's the
is.
only
It is,
thing in this life you can't get back is time. So,
and it's
and that's
stressful.
what I say. It is. And it's, which isn't good for your health, right? And,
Right.
so it causes, physical health problems as well as mental and emotional health problems. And like, is that how you want to spend your time? That's what you have to decide. That's your choice. If that's, if you want to spend your time in a relationship where you spend a good portion of it in an argument or, in some sort of argument or fighting and in that and feeling in that stressful state, then go ahead and choose it. But if you don't, then choose otherwise. um, you know, and and sometimes that reality, that realization sucks, but it's also, the familiar, right? Like you're familiar, you've been with them so long, like it's what that, it's kind of easy in a way, right?
Yeah.
Meeting someone new and having to go through all that, like learning who they are and how, they don't like towels on the floor and that, all that stuff that can be daunting to people as well. So it's,
Yeah.
it's what do you want to spend your time on, I guess is, uh, you know, what you have to decide. So that's,
Yeah.
that's our
Decision.
messages for you, Darlene. Something to think about. It's obviously it's not a split second decision. It's stuff to think about, and you know, again,
Yeah.
write
I
that
think
list
if he
of pros
keeps on
and
doing it, he'll
cons.
probably push me away. You know.
How long have you been
Okay.
back with him, Darlene, this time around?
Uh, just since right before Valentine's, but we didn't sleep together until about maybe 2 weeks ago.
Hmm.
So it's
So
kind
it
of
really just hasn't been too long. Um,
no, it hasn't.
yeah. Hmm.
Sometimes I feel like he's He really wants me back. But then other times I feel like he's kind of cocky now, and he used to not be that way.
Right. Well, of course he wants you back because it's safety and comfort, right? Like you'll take
Yeah.
care of him no matter what if he's with you. Um, that's and that's part of the narcissism too, is that they know that people are loyal or feel a responsibility to care for them and not put them out, and so they'll run to it and they'll manipulate it and use it for their own benefit because they know that way they'll never be put out. Um,
Oh, I got to tell you this. I told him this. I was so pissed off. I told him, I says, look, I says, it's not going to be like it was before. I says, I deliberately did not have friends to ease your insecurities. I says, I have all kinds of friends now. And I said, I like that I have friends now. I like to go out and do stuff. You know, I
yeah,
said that to him,
yeah, and that's and and now you have to do it.
right?
Is the other part of it,
Yeah,
which
it's
and
like I
not
don't
saying
want to
that
go
you're
back in
not,
that pattern
but
of not having friends, you know?
right. And that's what they'll try to do. They'll try to wear you down, make you feel bad when you do that stuff, right? That's 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 just narcissism. It's what, and it
He
may
was. The
be
first time I went out with my friends, I went out with my girlfriend, and he's like, "Well, you better not go out too much. The gas is getting expensive."
we
Mhm.
can carpool. Don't worry.
Yeah, I should have said that. I didn't even think to say that. That's a good idea.
I, I mean, you have to be witty sometimes because they're going to have every excuse. It's what they do. It's and it may not even be necessarily his fault. It might have been the environment that he grew up in. That this is what he witnessed as a healthy relationship. Any number of reasons can make someone behave this way. But the problem is you can't accept it. Um, and sometimes getting past you know the narcissist getting past you not accepting it is not easy for them. So you know just be aware that, again, like I said, your frequency is changing, your vibration is shifting, and so you two might not be on the same frequency anymore. And not that he won't necessarily ever make it to your frequency, because he may, but he's got to do his own work and come into it in his own time. It's not something you can force on him. So
Right.
Larry needs some work. That's what I've got to say.
Yes, he does. And it's like I just don't know what to do anymore. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what to do anymore, you know?
Yeah. And chances are, even if you're not necessarily in a relationship with Larry, if you need help with something, you call him. Larry's going to come over and do it. Because Larry's
Yeah.
probably always going to need to eat.
He's always gonna what?
Need to eat.
Right.
So he'll come. He'll come for the meal. That's for sure. So I wouldn't worry
Oh my
about.
goodness.
And you have all these friends now. You'll have plenty of help with whatever you need. So don't worry about that. Um, everything will be where you need it when you need it. Um, so again, Darlene, the choice is yours. It's up to you. That's that's what's so fun about the human experience, is we get to choose what we want to punish ourselves with.
You said that
Liz, you're
right.
cracking me up. It's
I
great.
know. Well, I mean, but it's the truth. It's. I mean, not that we don't think of it that way, right? But we do. I mean, we get to
I
choose what
know,
our.
but it's true.
Yeah,
It's true,
if we
though.
want to be.
It is. It is. It really is the truth.
Hmm.
Yeah, what we're willing to deal with is what
What we're
we
willing to
end up.
put up with. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Very
that's what
wise
we have,
word.
Darlene. And I know
Thank
we're about
you.
to be kicked off. I'm sure I'll start getting the 1 minute warning here anytime. So,
Oh my God.
um,
Thank
Yeah.
you guys so
yeah,
much.
you're welcome. It was
Sure.
good to connect with you again. And make sure you give us a call back. Let us know what's going on. Uh, we don't
I
judge. Whatever
will.
you miss you
Long
too.
time no see.
Yes. So have a great night and a great week, Darlene.
You
We'll talk
too.
to you
Y'all have a
soon.
blessed days
You
too.
too. You too,
All right.
darling.
Thank you.
All
Take
right,
great
We'll
honey.
care.
Love you guys.
Love you
love you
too.
too. Have a good night.
Bye.
Talk
You
to you
too.
later.
Bye bye.
Um,
Bye.
and I see Peg's
Oh,
call got dropped. Hi,
really?
Angela.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you're on, and we're about to end, so we won't be able to pick you up. But we'll be back next Tuesday at 8:30 Eastern Time here for Angel Answers. So check us out then. Jan, as always, it was lovely to be here with
Yeah.
you this evening.
We had a
Um,
great show again.
we did great callers.
Mm-hmm.
Some of our regulars and a few we haven't talked to in a little while. So
It
good
was
couple
really
weeks we've
good.
had.
Yeah,
So
we have.
hopefully next week we'll continue on that same trajectory. And maybe
Yeah.
DC will be able to join us.
Yeah.
So until then, have a great week. We'll
All
talk to you
right.
soon, everyone.